One of the fundamental questions that political scientists try to ask about the president is how they are able to exercise influence. The president doesn't receive much constitutional authority, so the president is faced with this day-to-day challenge of finding the authority to act, of transitioning into actual power. It's a good study of presidential power because people do think that the president's use of the bully pulpit is particularly important. They think that when the president uses religious arguments, they're influential. That's why Bush was controversial, I believe. That's why his language was controversial, because people felt that he was able to somehow persuade people to support things that they wouldn't otherwise support. And so learning that that's not the case, I think, is valuable for our understanding of presidential power. If religious arguments aren't persuasive, then what arguments will be persuasive? So it's interesting to people with an interest in presidential power. I think it's interesting to people who are trying to learn more about these specific moments in history. So I think you gain an appreciation for the choices that, say, Clinton made when he was facing impeachment when you learn about the context of those choices and you see that the psalm he chooses to cite is a psalm that actually refers to David in the Bible committing adultery, and that there's things to be learned in that sense that are just intrinsically interesting. And then I think anybody who's interested in the role of religion in American democracy will find this book powerful because there are normative questions to be asked, whether or not these are appropriate arguments in a public square. And ultimately, I would say that they are, that even if they don't have a strategic purpose, presidents talking about religious values can be defended on other grounds. But others are going to have different views on that, and I think this book raises those questions too.